Oh, goodness. It's about 10 minutes before 8, so we'll give everybody a couple minutes before we get started. Give everybody just a minute. I'm barely functioning today, so I have on the mauve top. It's with the ruched sidings that I liked. My raven skull earrings and my bubblegum machine ring I got. It's been one of those days. It's been one of those weeks. It's been one of those weeks. Have on no makeup, so y'all are just gonna have to deal with me tonight. Hey, is it Simple Girl? I have no glasses near me whatsoever. I'm doing much better, but I'm tired. Can you tell I'm tired? I do have a pretty decent Temu Haul and craft haul. And then I'm going to tell you why, because I had planned to come on this morning and craft and do the Temu Haul this morning and craft and just have a great day. And that did not happen. But, you know, sometimes it just doesn't happen. I'll let everybody else in here for a couple minutes and then we'll get started. And I'm going to get into this first bag. Get it open so I'm not digging. Oh, in the first bag we have a moissanite ring. Well, doggone it. Beach Girl, hey, how you doing? I'm tired, but I'm here. We are getting back on track slowly in my world, in my health world. Slowly. I put on my bubblegum pop ring and it's already fallen over. I didn't like, this was one of those click the treasures if your friends click the treasures in Fishland. But I mean, it's cute, like as a little fun thing, but like it's not something I would normally wear on a daily basis. Oh, hello. Hi, Zoe. Okay, guys. One of the things we're going to have to do is we're going to have to ignore the trolls until I can get a mod in here real quick. Hi, Summer. Well, that's a lot of information. Let's hope that doesn't feel bad. Summer Soul. Is it Soul? That's how you pronounce it here. How you doing? Oh, we've already had one message retracted. What we'll do is we'll get this going. I normally ignore the trolls. I'm a retired parole officer, so normally I just kind of, if they log a nasty statement, it logs it for YouTube, so they can always find their ISP. So I just kind of let stupid shine and leave it there. But when my mods get in here, they'll take care of it. I've got a mod that's under the weather though, so I may be a little short today, but it's okay. It's okay. Can't help when we're sick, and that's something I know for sure. So I had all the plans in the world. I can't hit the trash can to save my life. I had all the plans in the world to be here early this morning to do crafting in this Temu Haul early this morning. Now, as you can see from my eyes, I have on no makeup. This black eye is almost gone from where I was sick. I had mastoiditis and my head swelled up, and I had 2 black eyes. They're almost gone. But I thought, well, I'm not going to put on makeup because, doggone it, y'all know what I look like. I have a neuromuscular disorder that's killing me, so I'm not going to waste time on makeup. So, but I wanted to be here this morning to craft and to do some stuff and to do this Temu Haul this morning and to kind of spend the day video crafting and finishing up a few things. And my husband got home from work around midnight. By 1 a.m. when he crawled into bed, he was getting trail cam pictures from his snare line where a big black bear had found his camera and decided it was lunchtime. Black bear are like toddlers. They have to touch and mouth and try to kill everything. Like, does this break? Does this break? And so the black bear come by and seen his very expensive camera that sends video and feeds directly to his phone, and he was going, no, go away. So he's screaming in his phone. I find it hilarious because I know exactly how black bear behave, and I'm just like, you can just kiss that camera goodbye. The only good thing is it's got GPS, so if it gets stolen or eaten, you're gonna know where it is until the battery dies. But so he's going crazy, going, no, stupid black bear around here are just so plentiful. They're just a butthole. It's just an annoyance. And so I'm dying laughing at my husband, who's having a emotional freak out that his very expensive new trail camera is gonna get packed off and eat for lunch, even though it's not edible. And about the time that I go to bed, I find Menopause Madness has sent me a link to Smile Until It Hurts. If you've not seen the channel Smile Until It Hurts, he posted his first Temu video yesterday. I would recommend you go and support this man. He made me laugh. And I needed those few moments of laughter, because what was to happen last night is why I look like the too, and I haven't had any rest. I watched his video and had to pop on last night and do a quick live to tell everybody, if you're up and you can't sleep or you need a giggle, go here. And I go back to bed and I'm just laughing at his jokes and getting that dough spot. When I hear gunfire, and I'm like, well, I live in the country, gunfire is not a new thing, but it's like the neighbor across the creek. And it's now 3:21 a.m. and I'm like, is there like a bear going through, or does she got a possum in her chicken coop, or you know? And then it became obviously clear she was just under the influence of something and out being stupid. So after a couple of clips, or if you city folk call them magazines, I decided, okay, it's time to let dispatch know we've got a problem. So I called dispatch after about a clip and a half, couple clips, yeah, about a clip and a half. We were winding down the second clip. And if anybody knows the price of ammunition right now, that's quite a bit. So I thought, well, crap. There are other people across the creek where she lives, but when she shoots across the creek, it comes toward my house. Now it's a pistol, so I'm not super worried, but still, she's out. She's under the influence of something. It was very cold here last night. The last couple of nights has been very cold. And obviously, we've got a problem that needs to be taken care of, because on the other side of the creek and the hill over there, there's a small little subdivision where children live that are much closer to her. So it freaks me out. I'm a retired parole officer. And so I called dispatch and I'm like, hey, look, okay, this is an ongoing problem for the last year and a half. Something has occurred in this person's life and they have picked up and asked you have it. And they have started misusing their weapon. And any time of the day or night, during the day or the night, it happens at 2:30 in the afternoon, 5:30 in the evening, 1:30 in the morning, now 3:21 in the morning. It's happened at 5:22 in the morning. She just gets out and goes crazy and starts shooting. And it's like, excuse me, I know we live in the boonies, but we're all pretty much firearm aficionados here, you know, so we're like, that's just not necessary. You know, we don't appreciate it unless you're defending yourself or something. There's no reason to be dispatching a handgun, you know, at the witching hour. I was over it. And so while I'm on the phone with dispatch, because I'm a retired parole officer, I have a good way of getting people to talk to me and getting information without them understanding I'm getting information. And I did it to dispatch. I don't care. I'm waiting for an officer to go over there where I can see enough to see her stumbling around outside. You know, it's through her security light and through the woods, but I can see enough and hear enough to know where she is. Well, then the shots start moving down the woods toward the creek where my fence line is. I yelled, oh, she's moving. The shots are moving closer to my house. Y'all better get somebody here now. Right now. And so I squawked, because I'm on the porch behind a break in the house. And I'm in a shadow where she can't see me. Even if she gets to a place where she can, she's far enough away she shouldn't be able to. But I'm not under a light like she is. And she starts moving, starts moving. And I said, get somebody here now. The shots are moving. They're getting closer to my house. And about 3 more shots, which the dispatch officer on the line heard and witnessed. And he said, oh my Lord, that last muzzle blast. I said, yep, was straight at me. I said, I'm just glad she's got a pistol and not a long barrel. And so I squawked back. I said, bitch, put your gun up and go to bed. I said, you walking toward my fence, honey, you better not. Go home. My husband's like, do I need to get? And I'm like, no, I got it. You try to get some sleep. You've got to go to work tomorrow. I got it. I got the cops en route. We're going to take care of this. So in the process of me talking to dispatch, I figure out that not only have I called on this woman, I love how the numbers drop when I give country stories, because then I know I've only got good people in here. Not only have I learned that I've called on this woman, that there's been 17 other people calling this woman multiple times over the past year. So they had 17 different phone numbers register an issue with this woman. And not only that, but then I get told, yeah, we know she's got an issue because sometimes she'll get really, really high and call up here and tell us people in her floorboards are trying to get through her windows to attack her. I said, does that happen a lot? That's kind of scary. He goes, yeah, it's happened several times. Huh. So you know there's a crazy woman with a substance abuse issue with a weapon that's violent and aggressive that lives near a very small subdivision where children are getting out now that it's getting warmer to play, and you know she does this all the time, day and night, and you've not sent anyone. Well, we send people to drive by to let her know we're watching. You've not engaged. Well, twice we've knocked on her door, but she's not answered. You don't think that after shots fired multiple times with 17 other callers, and she doesn't answer the phone, that you might ought to call a judge and tell them what's going on so that you get a search warrant, because obviously this woman is not stable. And he goes, well, what in the heck do you think you know about this situation? I said, excuse me. And I gave him my old badge number. I said, I'm a retired parole officer. Oh, when he knew then, well, crap, I shouldn't be divulging this information. I've told too much. And I said, yeah. I said, I pretty much knew all that. I said, but now to know that you won't know all that, I said, we're definitely having an issue. I said, because, public safety, she should have been at least taken in for misuse of the 911 system. She's a public nuisance, but she should have at least been taken in for misuse of the 911 system. We live in Bumpkin Town, so we don't get a lot of people arrested for going outside and shooting their gun because we live in the Podunk, the country. But knowing what they knew and putting all that information together, there were multiple charges there they could have proceeded with to enter the home and see what the heck was going on. And give this woman some help, number one, make the community safe, number two, and figure out what the crap is gone wrong. So I'm sitting there, and he's like, the officer should be there shortly. And I'm like, well, she's got a scanner, so she already knows. He goes, she's got a scanner? I said, well, you've already told me she's a delusional drug addict, so yeah, she's got a scanner. Guarantee you she's got a scanner. She already knows you're on your way. I said, that's why the other times I've called, I've asked you to keep this off the scanner and just use cell phones. Like real law enforcement do. So he goes, well, he's going to come to your house first. Why? I'm not the one being a raving lunatic at 321 and shooting the gun. Don't you think he needs to go where the fireworks are happening? Oh, well, he needs to get a report from you first before he can proceed. I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. I said, I'm calling about shots fired after dark with a raving lunatic approaching my fence line, telling you the exact GPS coordinates of where she is, and you're coming to my house first? It's like the Paw Patrol police. I called it something else started with a P, but we'll not say that word on the internet. So the guy comes to my house. He goes, well, what's going on? I said, well, probably nothing now because you've announced your presence on the scanner and drove by her house. So she knows the gig is up. She's going to have to just go to bed and shut up because she's already, from your dispatch officer, paranoid from probably substance abuse, one substance in particular that creates massive paranoia. And misuses the 911 system, and y'all know this, and you've all had 17 other phone numbers register complaints with her multiple times over the last year, yet you came here to see me first. Hi. And I introduced myself, retired parole officer. I stay on the down low a lot. Don't like people to know where I am, what I'm doing, because I still got people coming out of prison. So this heifer that keeps coming back and forth out of these woods, walking toward my fence line with this gun and shooting straight at me, he goes, well, no, ma'am, we can't verify she was shooting. Yes, you can. I said, your dispatcher heard 2 of the shots and did radio in and tell you that I heard him. I said, so I told him, you're my witness. Log it. And I said, I heard him radio you and tell you shots fired, be careful. I said, so I'm just, I said, what made you so enamored with me that you had to come to my house first? I said, I thought we were in these, new places where red flag laws exist and stuff. So they came by and he goes, well, he kind of had one of those, oh crap, we've done the wrong thing and she knows it. Yeah, I kind of know it. I said, so now since you've met me and you realize that I'm perfectly sane, but I'm awake at 3:30 in the morning because of an idiot with a gun, how about you go take care of the problem? I'd appreciate it. Because if she gets on my property, we're going to have a bigger problem. And I'm begging y'all to deal with it so nobody else in this stinking community has to. Because if y'all don't deal with it, and we now see she's very mobile at night with a gun and willing to cross property lines, you're putting everybody here in a very bad situation that we don't want to be in. Please don't put us in that situation. Please do your job. So he drives over there. Now, I run to the back porch because I can see all of this. I can see his lights through the wood line. And I watch him go past her house into the road cul-de-sac across the creek behind me and swing his big light. Now, dadgummit, I told him exactly where she was. He didn't even stop. He then proceeds to drive a 3/4 mile loop where no one of any concern is to give her enough notice to get her butt in the house and shut the door so he doesn't have to engage with her because he is a giant pansy. I supervise murderers and violent offenders, so I can say that. He's a giant pansy. I've got the video. I should probably upload it to YouTube just to let you know. He's a giant pansy. I'm so irritated. So then he comes back and he just sits in the middle of the road and he shines his light on her house. Number one, what do you think that's going to do to somebody who's under the influence of a drug that makes you paranoid, you dumb butt? You're just going to make her worse. But he thinks, oh, I'm running her back in the home. Then I see no one to engage with. I can say no one's seen. And I don't have to make contact, and I can go home, and this will be, we'll deal with this another night. Okay, well, it's getting warm. Kids are playing. She's out all hours of the day and night, hiring a kite with her weapon. I don't want one of these kids that lives over near her to get shot because they're much closer to her than I am. But she always, at this point, seems to be going into the woods and shooting, which comes my direction. So I'm trying to take care of this. And then I listen as he pulls out and goes down the road and leaves. Never stops, never opens door, never heard voices, nothing. And I'm on the swag of the hill, so it would have funneled right up to me. Well, that was useful. So I call dispatch back and I'm like, yeah, I'm just calling to see if your officer's safe after having, to investigate such a clearly deranged woman. Oh, yeah, he made contact and said everything was fine. I said, oh, he made contact. I said, he's safe? He's okay? Yeah, he's fine. He talked to her. I said, how did he do that without speaking or opening his car door? I said, because I video recorded him driving the loop, swinging his light, and leaving. I said, listen, I said, you might be able to blow smoke up most of the population's butt. I said, that's fine. But I'm retired law enforcement, and I said, we're the ones that actually worked. So I know what you're doing. You're putting it off to another day. And I said, I don't know if she's got a powerful family member. Probably has. Or if y'all are just super lazy. I said, so I'm going to tell you, I said, I've logged enough calls to know that she is a nuisance, a hazard. You've told me that she misuses 911. And you've told me that there are 17 other families' phone numbers registering her as a complaint. So if she now gets off the property and harms somebody, and they're forced to make a horrible decision to defend themselves, I have the information I need to go to the district attorney and create a huge issue. So, Jared, if you see me in the next few weeks, we're going to have a huge issue. Just prepare yourself, okay? I know all these people. I used to work this. I used to do probation and parole. So now they know they've screwed up. So they did scare the woman back in her house, but now she's even more paranoid, and I'm waiting for the next one to snap. So all they did was amplify the issue. They put out the fire momentarily, but it will reignite, and probably way worse very soon. I have never in my life seen such sorry police work. And I did like a 5 to 8 county rotation for the state, so that's saying something, because I worked with a lot of sorry police officers. So that's how my night went. So I had to stay awake the rest of the night, because after that officer I knew poked a meth head and said, "We're on to you," I figured worse behavior or rebuttal. So I kind of had to stay awake so that my husband could sleep and be prepared for work. Because this woman only sleeps during the day. And then she runs out in the evening and gets her fix and comes home and creates havoc. So I've got her patterned. And I told them, I said, I have a pattern of behavior on her. And I said, you're putting everyone around her at risk. So I had to stay awake all night. And just not really sleep with like any sound. Be ready to wake up and handle a problem. Because you never know how someone under that influence is going to behave. So that's the night I had. Thank you, small town Podunk Police. I would also like to say that there are a number of the deputies in my area under huge lawsuits that normally would put somebody on administrative leave, but because this area is poor, they don't have the money to hire new people while they pay people to sit on their butt and be stupid and sorry. So they're still working these individuals that are in these huge lawsuits because they can't afford to not pay somebody. They can't afford to hire somebody. So they're just going to pay them while they're still under a lawsuit, because it's technically in the gray area of where it's, do you think they need to be under administrative leave or not? Well, we can't afford to hire other officers, so they're still working them. So literally like 60 to 70% of the police force here is under some type of investigation or lawsuit. And the county is not only still paying their wages, but they're paying for their defense. Because when you sign up and you take your oath, if you don't have a huge history, like a problematic history, then they will defend you to a certain tier for anything that you get sued for, like on the job. So, and I'm sitting there going, okay, some of these guys have had a couple of lawsuits. Why are we still employing them, and why are we still paying this? Because obviously pattern of behavior, repetitious issue, get rid of them. So I have a lot of questions. I had one of those nights where I was just like, thank you for creating a bigger issue for me to have to worry about, you dumb butts. So I had to just kind of stay here and be aware last night, and I didn't get a lot of sleep. And then this morning, I had a lot of medical health crap I had to take care of, didn't get to rest. So finally, when I got the husband off to work and fed, and bless his heart, he didn't get much sleep either, but I had to rest myself. So that was why I had such a weird night. And I told you I'm not going to be on this morning, because I was a zombie, and I still look like a zombie, because even though I've slept, it's been catnapping. Because even though I'm retired, and I have been retired for a long time, I went back into shit's going to hit the fan mode last night, and I did not appreciate it at all. But what you going to do when you live in Podunk, and apparently police can't police? I've never in my life seen such stupidity and sorriness. So that's the night I had. Anybody else I ever had a night like that? That's the night I had. So there's my story of last night. I will say one thing in defense of the stupid law enforcement here. We've had so many new people move in here to run away from problems in the big city that the population has grown substantially, while they bring their retirement or savings to live on, so they don't really bolster the economy here or bring in new jobs. They just raise the property taxes, bringing in a much wealthier income level that raises everything here. It doesn't help us at all, because they bring in no industry, no business, no commerce. So as the population has grown, the financial compensation for taxes and stuff has not grown that much. So they've not been able to enlarge the police squad, city or county, to handle the booming population. So that's one thing I'll say in their defense. But still, 321, multiple shots fired, a history of behavior and misuse of her on the 911 system, knowing she's an addict, an aggressive, paranoid addict with a weapon. And the officer said something that kind of kinked my ear when he said it, because the first thing he did was, do the big stretch and put his arms in his bulletproof vest, and I'm like, dude, oh my God. And I said, she's over there shooting. He goes, huh, she has a gun? I said, listen, dude. I said, it's been several years since I have supervised. I said, if she's not supposed to have a gun, then you need to be over there right now. And I said, you probably need to call county and felony probation, because misdemeanor and felony and then parole, normally the state does probation and parole at felony levels, and the county does the misdemeanor normally, unless there's multiple misdemeanors and they can plea up. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. But I said, you need to call both probation officers to see if anybody's using that address. And if they are, they're not supposed to be there with a weapon, so go take care of business. Like, there's so many ways that they could go and figure out what the heck's going on over here and make this whole little hub. Because we're in it's a little attempted, over there, it's a little attempted neighborhood on the backside of a farm. And it didn't quite work out, but there's still a few people over there. And, but the thing that I'm concerned about is, like, there are 2 houses with multiple children super close to where those bullets can make it. I'm across the creek on the other knob over here. So I'm at a distance. I can kind of look around the corner and go, oh, it's not good, But there are other people that are like right in her line of fire. And they did nothing. And I even said, okay, it's getting warmer. Kids are playing outside. What are we going to do? What's the plan? They have none. I said, okay, well, you might want to do this. You might want to do that. You might want to do this. I said, I know. It's a lot to ask. I said, but I'm afraid she's going to hurt somebody or start moving like she did like tonight. I said, tonight's the first time she's moved that much while she's been shooting. Normally she just gets out and shoots. I said, she was moving toward my property line tonight. I said, that scares me. I said, because we left a tangle of briars and bushes just hoping to deter anybody. I said, but we all know how people under the influence behave. I said, so she could probably go through them slicker than a rabbit right now. If she's willing to go through that crap to head this way, eventually she's going to figure out it's much easier to walk across pavement or gravel road and fire at somebody else. So you might want to take care of this issue. And I gave him several ways to take care of it. And he looked like he had not a clue. And I was ashamed. I was ashamed of my local law enforcement last night. Even though I tried to defend them most of the time, I was ashamed. And I called them a name, and they didn't like it. And I said, well, do your job. So that's not what I think you are. I would say it was the Paw Patrol, but it was P, where it said do something else besides Paw Patrol. I said, seems like this is a sackless system we got going on over here. I said, so this must be the patrol. They did not like me, but I was allowed to say it, so I said it. So that irritated me. So I've been on guard ever since. Any little noise, I'm like, well, here comes the rebuttal. Here she comes. She irritated the crap out of me. So, but last night was the first night I thought, oh crap, she's going to get on my property and come attack. And it took them 23 minutes to get somebody here. And listen, I'm not that far away from the hub. So, local law enforcement, you suck. G-force suckage. Okay? I supervised a woman that had 27 prostitution charges. Convictions. Y'all suck on her. So, just want to make that clear. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's get into this now, because that was my story. That's why I've not been on today, and that's why I've had such a crappy day. That's why I look like death and I've not slept. Isn't it lovely to live in the country? It's just great. It's just fun. Okay, so I got this little sucker. It's already on one of these. It was super cheap. I'm talking like $2.28 or $2.49. I can't remember exactly, but it was super cheap. And I don't necessarily think I'm going to use it like this, but there was enough there for me to cannibalize for my crafting that I grabbed it. Because there's like 2 or 3 different, and there's 2, but I think there's 3 different types. There's 2 variations, but there's like 3 colors present in here. And I thought, ooh, I'm going to grab that because I cannot get that much on 2 picks that would, would cost me way more than what this cost at any craft store. So I got this because I'm finishing up dream catchers, and then I've got some project that's moss and stuff's going to go in with. I've got some native. I'm doing a lot of indigenous stuff, so I'm doing a lot of bone displays in the glass domes, and I'm fixing to drill to make antler necklaces and some antler earrings. And I'm finishing some dream catchers, and I'm just a crafter now. Since I'm home, I'm keep busy, and it's good for my hands because I have a neuromuscular disorder that is attacking my body and makes me very ill a lot. So I try to do something to keep my body going. So crafting is it. I did also get these sprigs of eucalyptus, and I got these mostly for my Granny and Papa's cemetery flowers that I'm going to make. I use solar lights in the sides, and these are stiff enough that if I stick them in the kind of hold with the styrofoam, the florist frog, I can speak, they kind of hold down there. So I got these to kind of anchor on just the sides with a couple of flowers because I've got a big solar light to go in there. And then I have ordered, I'm not going to tell you how many of these little guys, and these are super cheap. They're cheaper than you can get them at Co-op or anywhere else. They come with the tray, the inset to start your seeds, and I've got the little seed blocks ordered too, the top, and then this that goes down in there, and well, let me put it away. It goes down in there. Go down in there, and you can spin it to control how much air the seedlings get. And I like that. If you can see, you can spin this to open or close the little slots on the top, so you can control basically the temperature and how much you cool the seeds down. But if you keep them a little warm for the first week or two, they germinate quicker. So I've ordered several of these because they're pretty durable if you're careful with them, and I thought I'll reuse them as long as they live. I grow, I can't tell you how many mammoth sunflowers and regular sunflowers and other vining flowers that are just annuals that I need to start in the house every spring, and it's about that time. So I've ordered a bunch of these to get, because last year my sunflowers did not do well, and I want to give them, we had a cold snap, and I want to give them a better chance this year, so I've ordered a bunch of these. So I'll be putting a bunch of seeds to germinate here in the next couple weeks. And then we have a moissanite bag. Then we have another bag left to go through. So, but this was something that I been kind of flirting with moissanite and buying some of the 1 carat smaller rings and stuff like that. And then I saw one that was a little bit more expensive, but I really liked it. And I've lost like 60 pounds in the last 6 months. Yeah, 6 months, almost 7. Almost 70. It flows between 60 and 70 because I'm doing resistance training, and I'm trying to tone, but I've lost a lot of weight to tone. I don't understand these little cards. I do know this is a 2 carat ring. They had it listed as a men's ring. I don't know why they do that unless they're just trying to get men to look at it to buy it for their women. I have no idea, but it's not a men's ring. It's a women's ring. I love these little moissanite drawer boxes because you can store your other jewelry in there. So I'm kind of like, I'm getting a free jewelry box too. But this is the ring. And I saw this, and I was kind of oogling it. And my husband said, you're not going to be able to size your wedding band for quite a while because I've still got a lot of weight to lose. I've had a lot of leg surgeries and I have a neuromuscular disorder. So I'm losing a lot of weight to get back to where I used to be. And my husband said, go ahead and get that for you in a smaller size so you can wear it while you're waiting to resize your wedding set. And it is a 2 carat moissanite with a little side. Doesn't go all the way around. It goes about halfway around. And it's got the smaller, I don't know, lab created diamonds around the big one. I don't know. But it's very pretty. It's very beautiful. It's got a nice elevation and a nice display. It's very decked out under there. So it's pretty. And it is sterling. It's not silver plated. It is sterling. So it already fits. I was hoping it would be a little tighter than that, but that's okay. I've got ring sizers coming in, so we'll hang on to it. That's going to be, with the band, a moissanite band that I have, that's going to be what I wear right now until I get my real diamond sized when I finish this weight journey, because I'm not going to screw with my wedding set until I get to a place where I know I'm going to be for a while, and then I'll fix it because I don't want to mess it. Because the more you size something, the more you weaken it. And I don't want to size it and weaken it and screw it up. So this is going to be my wedding set with my little band I have until I get to a place where I can size my actual wedding set. But I mean, it's pretty. This is gorgeous. This is the prettiest moissanite I've bought. I've got one more that's got it sets high like that, and it's a 1 carat. This is a 2 carat that I really like because of the way it sets on the hand. It's got almost like cat ears around it. It goes up at an Art Deco angle. I really like that one. But I mean, I haven't been super impressed except for that one moissanite with the cat angles on it. But this one is super impressive. And for the price I paid, this is the most expensive moissanite I've bought, but it still was a mid-grade for a 2 carat. Yeah, I would say, ladies, men, people on a budget, don't go waste thousands of dollars on a ring set that you can lose or damage or somebody can steal. Get you something like this that is just as gorgeous. Who needs to, I mean, if they stick a diamond detector to that, it's going to say diamond even though it's lab created. Who needs to know your business? Go get you one of these and put it on your finger and be proud because it is gorgeous. Honestly, I've got a girlfriend that has a white gold set, and this looks better than her white gold set. So don't let society tell you have to spend a bunch of money you don't have. This is just as beautiful. It's very beautiful. Probably look prettier on dainty hands, but I don't have dainty hands, so we're just going to go with that. Okay, now we're going to do this big bag, and this is a lot of crafting stuff. This is a giant bag, so here we go. It says I've got 13 people with me. None of them are apparently talking because I can't see any change in the chat. So if you are chatting and I can't see it, I'm sorry, YouTube's having a problem tonight. Otherwise, you're just sitting there bored. Howdy, welcome to my world. So I know this is mostly crafting stuff, but this is a lot of crafting stuff that probably a lot of the average crafter doesn't craft with. And since I do a lot of native art, I have to buy a lot of gems or a lot of sea glass, a lot of stuff that's made in nature, because if I make it and one of the tribes want to buy it, it has to be natural. And then if people order stuff, they're like, oh, I like your work. I can make stuff frilly. But I basically only ask for what I have and stuff because I like to craft and it keeps my hands going. I have, for my neurological disorder, I have arthritis, several types trying to sneak up on me. As you can see, my craft curio is getting looser because I've been working on things. So eventually it will be empty and then we'll start over again next year. Okay, and of course it's a craft haul. The first thing I pull out is clothes. Leave it to me. What is this? Hello? What are we? We are a lounge dress or a summer dress. It is a cotton summer dress with so it goes down. Oh, this is cute. Man, I don't remember this, but it's cute. It goes down, kind of V's in, and then flares out like a 1950s with almost a full circle skirt on it. Look at that puppy. Doggone it. It's nice, thick material. But ladies, please wear slips or underclothing, or like I always wear undershorts with these things just because this is a nice material, though. It's a nice heavy material. Nobody's going to be able to see through it, and it feels weighted. It's going to hang nice on the body. And then I've got accent belts and stuff that I would probably put right under. But I wear stuff like this when I'm at home in the summer or working in the backyard in the summer, and I love these little like lounge dresses in the summertime. And this one's pretty. It's actually nicer quality than I imagined. It's actually quite heavy material. Like I couldn't have bought the material for what I paid for this. And normally I only pay $6 to $7 for these little lounge dresses max. I couldn't buy this material for that. So I'm decently surprised there. That's kind of nice. Okay, well, we got 5,000 bags down here. Let's see what's down here. And it's a Mod Podge of everything. So I got me some new brushes just because I had a pack around Christmas time and I've already destroyed them. So I got me some new makeup brushes just because that's a necessity. I got some of this leather cordage. And if you've never bought the leather cordage, you just have to read how much you're getting and pay attention. And I have found a very good vendor with this. And I like the round cordage. Let me find the loop here. I like the round cordage because it's easy to tie the slip knots in for necklaces and stuff. But it also, once you get it out and you bend it and work with it for a minute, it also braids really well around the staffs of ceremonial sticks and stuff like that. So you get quite a bit for what you, I mean, if I went and bought this much at the leather shop down the road, I would have spent a butt ton of money. So I'm pleasantly surprised with the quality that I get from them. And the first time I ordered, I was like, is that actually real leather? It actually is. And you have to kind of work with it and get the shine off of it from whatever they spray on it. I'll have to wash my hands after this. But then when you start to work with it, it actually is. They do have some fake, and it says fake, but this is real. It costs a little bit more. But for the amount I get coiled in here, for what I do with it, this is great. So I'm just going to make necklaces with sliders, or I'm going to wrap it around the handle of a ceremonial stick and braid it. So for me, for what I pay for it, there's plenty to do what I need to do to get me through a couple, 3, 4 crafts, and justifies the cost. Because if I was to have to drive all the way to the leather shop and buy that for Mr. Ballman, who's a sweetheart, and I support him, but that's too good of a deal. Organza ribbon. I'm working on some stuff, and I love this organza ribbon. Literally, you pay nothing for this, and you get a couple, 3 yards. You get about 3 yards. And I love this. This is an iridescent organza ribbon. It dresses up a lot of things. When I make like prettier dream catchers and stuff, they're a little bit more frilly. Like my friends never leave my home empty-handed. Ever. Because I craft so much. But this has been one of my favorite finds on Temu, and it comes in all colors, but this is my favorite color because it really makes a lot of the native stuff pop. So the colors I use reflect off this beautifully. Look at that. And I mix it with other ribbons and stuff just to give a little fancy, you know, catch the sunlight, catch the eye, and dress up a project. I really like that. For what you pay for this organza ribbon, if it was on a roll, I would have paid 4 times as much at any other store. So this organza ribbon is really good buy. On Temu, I'm tickled with that. And apparently, I got myself a necklace. I like to wear pretty necklaces, but most of the time, as you can see, I don't give a rat's hind end what other people think. I just kind of do me. I have this shape because I just healed from mastoiditis and 2 black eyes. And right before I get mastoiditis, me and the doctors, now this is my 2nd round with the ear, nose, and throat surgeon and all of this, we've noticed that with my reflex sympathetic dystrophy, when I start to get mastoiditis, before it swells back here and turns into mastoiditis, we've noticed I get the RSD pot mark. It's like turns red, speckled, and then swells here, but we can't see it through my thick hair. So I said, well, that's okay. I'll just shave above my ears. So this is my early warning device for mastoiditis, because I have chronic mastoiditis because I have deformed ears. So, yay for me. Here's the thing I don't understand about Temu. They send you a necklace, but they won't put the little thing on. All it is a tree of life with the moon phases on it. And a lot of people go, oh, that's witchy. It's not witchy. It's the tree of life, which is a positive thing, with the moon phases, which are going to happen no matter what thing you ascribe to. So I just, you know, I like it. I like the moon phases. Grow up where you plant on certain phases, and, you know, or you don't plant on certain times. And, you know, the moon dictates a lot of the animal behavior around here. My husband's a trapper and a tanner. So I like the moon phases. I understand the pull they have over the, and I like the tree of life. It's a beautiful symbol. And so, you know, stupid people are going to think stupid things. Educated people are going to have higher thoughts. I like to identify and to know who I'm working with. So if you sit there and tell me a stupid thing, I'm going to say, okay, well, you just saved me a bunch of time dealing with you. Now I know you're a stupid person, and I'm going to not waste any more time on you. But this is actually very, very nicely poured for the quality for what I mean, it was like 71 cents. Basically, I was trying to round out an order. It's very nicely carved or poured for, you know, what it is, what it costs. So not mad at that at all. So, and if I don't decide to wear it, or I don't wear it enough to think I justified it, then I will cannibalize it and use it for other jewelry making. So works for me. Well, let's see. What's in here? Oh, wouldn't you know it? More twinkle lights. I ordered the far out of these because I put them in a lot of things and I have them all over my house. And these never get hot. They're LED. They never get hot. And I can leave them on in certain areas so that I can navigate my home at night without turning on any lights and disturbing my husband. And I also have motion sensor lights. So if somebody comes into my home, they're going to tell on themselves before they ever get to me. Retired law enforcement. It just happens. But I love these things. I really like to get them with the remote so I can put a timer on them. But I'll take them either way. And if I can get them super cheap, I'll take them like this too. They never get hot. You can leave them on all night. And just make sure you have a good USB plug. I love these things. I have them in garlands, around things, accents. And people think I've spent money to make a accent in my corner. And I'm like, that was like 27 cents on a spin. Okay. So really enjoy the lights that Temu has, especially the motion sensor ones. Those I've had a lot of luck with. You have to charge them a lot, but I don't mind that. Okay, now here's something a little bit more on the weird side. These are resin replica of snake vertebrae. That's what I said. So around here, you can't, well, certain snakes you can, but most snakes around here are protected. But you can make a lot of really pretty stuff out of their little vertebrae. Well, I live in a state where most of them are protective, and I've never run across one that I can call the game warden and say, hey, I found a dead one. Can I use it? You know, the game warden's at my house a lot because my husband's trapping a tannin. He has to have sights tags for the certain animals he catches. And so I don't want to bother Andrew with hey, I found a dead snake. Can I use this vertebrae? So I bought these. Obviously, it's, you know, not as many as if you'd had a real snake, but there's enough now to make 3 or 4 pair of earrings. If I do these, people will know they're faux bones. They're not real because most everything I make is real. But I can't, like I said, I'm not going to bother Andrew if I'm out doing a bone ramble with David and find a snake skeleton. I'm not going to bother him to get a bunch of paperwork done. Man's busy. So I just thought I'll buy the fake ones and I'll just let everybody know they're fake. And they were not very expensive. I'm thinking they were around $1. And I mean, I can make, you know, probably 2 sets of earrings and each with matching necklaces out of that, and a couple of the other beads that I have. And I have sterling silver chains and stainless steel chains and all that good stuff. So I've got everything else I need to decorate. Like, for instance, these are agate compositions, and they come already strung, but you can take them apart. And so it kind of shows you it's kind of in a pendant formation, but I take them apart and use them differently. But this is just an agate composition. These are very pretty, very nice. They kind of fall into the sea glass category. Very cute, very nice. So I'm tickled with these. I bought several colors. And actually, they're nicer than I thought they were going to be. So I'm very tickled. And the colors in those are gorgeous. Very happy with those. So I've noticed a lot of people, I care whether I have a crystal or sea glass on there. A lot of people don't. So if it's somebody that, you know, I don't think is going to care, I'll just put one of those in there and not waste one of my crystals. I do a lot of, like I said, I do a lot of work with skulls and stuff. And I've been wanting to do a little rhinestone. I had a friend paint a cow skull for me a few weeks ago while she was visiting. And she did a glitter eyebrow over the eyebrow ridge of the cow skull bone. And I thought how beautiful that was when the sun caught it. So she's like a metallic paint and then put that glitter through there. And I thought, oh, that gives me an idea. So I'm thinking of a smaller skull, but these are the rhinestones you can glue on. And they're just the clear ones that reflect all the colors. And I'm thinking of a couple of small skulls doing a metallic paint and doing a little eyebrow, little eyebrow on them, or a little triangle through here of the rhinestones, and just dressing one up and seeing, you know, what the people's reaction to it. My husband does a lot of exhibition stuff with his trapping and tanning, and I do a lot of native art, so it's kind of fun for me to get people's reactions to what I make. So I kind of, you know, a lot of people have never seen art like what I make. I do, like I make the skull rattles for a lot of native tribes in the area. This one's halfway done. I've got to finish the rest of the steak. This is actually beaver chewed willow that my husband picks up when he traps beaver. I've got raccoon fur wrapped around the start of it. I've got a coyote leg bone with goose feathers and guinea feathers. And then I put a little crayon around his face. It's a raccoon skull. And inside he's drying. He's getting better. He's drying. But he's got gems inside. So he will be a rattle. He will be a ceremonial rattle. And I make these for the tribe. I am Lenape, which is a derivative of Cherokee. But I sell to about 4 tribes around here. And I basically make everything. And they're like, I'm honored to give something I've made to the tribe. So they basically pay me back for my expenses and stuff. And I'm happy to do that because it's an honor to have my stuff used in their ceremonies. And then each year after the ceremonies, they pass them on to a member of the tribe. And so every year they do new ones. So I make probably 5 to 7 ceremonial items for the surrounding tribes a year, and I enjoy it. So it's kind of like my volunteer work for my heritage. This is a snake chain with just a simple extender on it. I love these. I wear the heck out of these. I don't like super frilly jewelry, but I do like these for some reason. They're comfortable. They really never lose their shine. I've got 3 or 4 others, and I kind of always buy an extra when they have them on sale because I'm always afraid I'm going to break and not have one. So I grabbed this one the other day. They're plenty big for any wrist, and they really do. I never take them off once I put them on. They really never do lose their shine. So if you're looking for a cheap, pretty little just sun catcher, basically, it just kind of glistens. I love it. It's not a lot, but it's enough to where, you know, I like it. I like simplistic jewelry pretty much. So, oh, I'm excited about these. Okay, so let me get into here. These, why do they make these bags so hard to find the little flap on? I mean, I know I'm about half blind, but I think sometimes they really work at it to make it very difficult to get into. I can feel it, but I can't make it open. So we're just gonna cut it open. I try to save the bags when I can, but you can't always. Oh, found it. You can't always do that. Now, this is something I could make myself, but it's with wire wrapping, it takes a long time. Okay, so these are a bunch of gems wire wrapped onto copper stems. You can take each of them apart and literally just use what you want to use. And all you got to do is just untwist them here. And then you can pull them apart and use like aventurine or the amethyst or the citrine or the lapis. You could use it's got pink and clear quartz in there. You could use them individually or together or mix and match your own little bouquet. So I like these. It takes a minute to kind of get them unravel, but then you see you can take them apart and only use the ones you want to use. And I like that because there are certain things that I make that I want to put certain gems on because they bring out certain, we'll say, energies and stuff. And so I like to use that. And I love that they're on copper because copper is natural. And so when I make stuff for the tribes, I have to use natural items. So it has to be all natural or I can't make it. So I really have enjoyed these for all you get and the wire wrapping that went into those and somebody having to tap through those gems because I have a little tap drill. I have a little tap drill right here. So for whoever, and that's like one of my bigger bits on it. So for whoever did this, I appreciate you because I hate to do that. So it comes already ready made for me to use, and it's gorgeous. And you get a lot for just a few bucks. You just have to make sure that you go to the shops that use the real gems, and you have to be educated enough to spot the real gems, spot the fake gems. More of the organza ribbon. I'm telling y'all, I love this stuff, and as cheap as it is. Now, here's something else you can't go wrong with either if you're using just like ribbon for dangles or, you know, accentuating movement with ribbon. These are a little bit stiffer ribbon. They're kind of like a starched lace, but I love these. I've used pink and burgundy, and after a while they flap a little bit looser, but they're kind of like a starched lace. And there's so much here, and I paid so little for it. Literally, I think 89 cents. Can you, I mean, that's just unbelievable. So I got like a sky blue because I do a lot of turquoise, a lot of blues. And I like to have a lot of nature colors and then like one pop color. So I would use this as dangles and accents on some of my native work. And they're, you can get cotton or polyester, and you can also get that in a different style that is like hand tatted, like a lace, like a crochet work. So, okay, now we're getting to some of the weirder stuff. These, I got like 6 of them in the bundle for, I mean, I couldn't have bought the gems. I couldn't have bought one tree of gems for what I bought all of them for. So as I pull them out, you know what I'm pulling out? I'm pulling out these trees on the copper. I'm just going to sit them over here because I don't need to open all of those up for you. These are necklace droplets made out of the Tibetan silver. You get 2 in a pack. And it's flat on one side. It's what's cupped, but it's made to lay flat. And so you can either put a chain on it or thread it on anything you want. I normally hook chains to them. And then you can put dangles. You can dangle whatever you want from any of those. So I'll do gems. Sometimes I'll make my own tooth dangles from coyotes or deer, bobcats, raccoon. And then other times I will just put jump rings and maybe just a little simple charm or something. But super affordable, super easy to make a really pretty piece of jewelry for somebody. And you know, this was the first Christmas we didn't do homemade Christmas, and it's because everybody's having, all my kids are old enough now, they're all married and having babies, and so babies require money to be spent. So we bought stuff the last few years, but normally we do homemade and we just make what we give each other. This is another starched, smaller. And I'm telling you, this is great. Once they loosen up, and oh, they're so pretty. And I mean, that's a lot, y'all. That's a lot. And I got this pretty like coffee color, khaki. I mean, it's going to blend in a lot with those nature colors. But then I bought my, you know, very bright pop of color. So, you know, and with the native art, you kind of stay in a genre of colors that are, you kind of know what colors you're going to use as your pop colors and what colors are going to be your base colors. So these are some more sea glass beads, and I am really loving these the last little bit because these are just as expensive almost as gems when you buy them at craft shops, and for the price I paid, this is quite a bit. So I'm tickled with these. These are going to be I'm going to probably make me some earrings and may accent some necklaces. May, as I'm weaving a dream catcher, slide 1 or 2 on the dream catcher to have a point of interest. So I really like those. Oh, this is the weirdest nail pouch I've ever gotten. I buy a lot of nails. I have stickers on today because I'm letting my nails rest, but wow, that comes in its own little carrying case. It's thick. These are those hand-painted nails, and these are like a forest green to like a turquoise ombre, and they're glittery, and I like those. Now, I won't be able to function for the days I wear them, but I really like those. And I've never seen them come in a kit like this. Normally, I mean, they come nicely packaged, but I like that box. That box is very nice plastic. And latches. Doggone. Okay. And it comes, of course, you come with the prep work and the glue tabs, but I use my own stuff. So, very nice for the price. I mean, I don't mind the cheap nails, but every once in a while I like to splurge and get myself a nicer set of nails to put on, because now that I'm at home and sick all the time, I can't just wander into society and get my nails done. Number one, it's expensive, and number two, I'll catch everything that's going around. Or with this disorder that's like MS, I'm afraid if I stress my body out doing that it'll shut down, and then I won't be able to, do something else I want to do. You have to be so careful with your energy when you have this stupid disorder. And so I don't go out a lot for frivolous things anymore. And honestly, I don't really drive myself anywhere because I don't know how long my legs are going to last. So I only get to go places when I go with my husband or with a friend. So nail salon is out for me now. So I do my own nails. I don't mind it when I take the time to do it. I actually have all the tools to do a really nice job. I'm just lazy half the time and slap on stickers. Oh, we have another one of the starched ribbons that is in a peachy, it's kind of an apricot color. And that goes really well with this when the light hits it, and you put a color in between them, but they feed off of each other a lot. You see that when the light hits that? They feed off of each other a lot, those colors. So I've noticed that pinks and pastels are really popular in the spring, so I'm doing a little bit of that. So listen, if you get a gift from me in the next 3 months, you know what it's going to be if you've seen this Temu haul. Sorry. It is what it is. I hate to say it, but this chat ain't moving, and I'm okay with that. I like to interact with y'all, but here lately we've not had many people be polite, so I'm kind of liking the silence tonight. I don't know why it's not working, but hey, I'm cool with it. 2 more, but smaller. Now, you can even make these earrings if you want the big hoop earrings and slide them on those big hoops to make, or wire them yourself. But probably what I'll do is just smaller necklaces. But basically the smaller things, they've got a base in here, so you can also resin something in there if you want to. I mean, for the few cents you pay for this, it's just a really good purchase. And so when I see stuff like that, I grab them and put them in my craft stash, because I never know when I'm going to use them, but I know I will use them. So I grab them. Ugh, these little bags. Y'all, and when I'm telling you, when I like something, I buy multiples, because I stack, and I love to wear lots of bracelets, but I love these because it's hard to kill these bracelets, and they're just like 70 cents, if that. And they're stainless, and it's hard to kill them. And I just buy them and stack them on. And I have others that are on my little trinket dish that I need to put back on, but I'll go ahead and put these on. And I just put them all at different lengths, so they fall at different places on my arms when they go back. But I love these. And they never lose their shine. Like it says in the ad for them, it never loses their luster. They don't. I've tested it. I never take them off. They do dishes, showers, baths, life with me, and they never lose their luster. I took a chance on this ribbon because it was a color that I'm not used to, but it's kind of like a mauve-y, beigey kind of color, and I like it. It actually matches my shirt quite well. I like it more than I thought I would. That's a lot of ribbon. I think I might have paid 50 cents. Y'all that craft, y'all know what this ribbon would cost at another store, so I don't even have to say it. This is very happy with that. And it's probably going to feed well with these other colors. So everything doesn't have to be perfect matchy-matchy. I'm just trying to pull colors out and make things stand out from the nature colors. Oh, they also have, one thing that I will say Temu does have is this. What it is, and it comes with a wrap around it because it's sticky, is artificial synthetic sinew. Now, normal sinew is made from, so hard to say, there's a film over the top and in between muscles that when you dry it, pulls into strings, and then you soak it and you can use it as thread. And I have used real sinew. It's not horrible to work with. It actually sticks quite well to itself. It dries really hard, like concrete hard, but it's just a mess to make yourself, or if you get it from somebody else that's made it. I just don't know. I like to make my own, and so it's just too time consuming for me and my husband, so I buy the artificial. And this is great. I like the colors because you can get it in different colors, but it acts like sinew. It sticks to itself, and it's really good for wrapping feather dangles and stuff like that. I bought a roll of it in a lighter color and was very surprised at how well it worked. So I saw a different color and thought, well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And for those of you that have done native arts and have worked with sinew, I'm quite tickled with the synthetic sinew and how it works. Now, if I do something, and it's still natural, but it's just not sinew. It's made from natural things, but it's not sinew. Another copper tree. There's no telling how many down here in the bottom of this bag. Oh. Oh, these are nice. Okay, so these are little basins, jewelry basins with little cabochons on them, little glass domes. And the glass domes come separate. There's a glass dome, if you can see it. So I don't normally use them, or if I use them, I'll use them as a decoration on something else. Because what I use, if I can get hold of one, if. And some of them want to stick in the basins, but they're not attached. But that one's kind of stuck in the basin. Come out. There it goes. Come out. I use these little basins, and I will resin stuff in them, and that's what I hang from those little things. I just put a jump ring and hang it in there. And so these are little tiny basins. And like if you put dried flowers in there, you can put the little glass dome on it, the cabochon, you can put it on it. But I just don't find that it elevates the art, and it kind of hinders the resin, so I don't even worry about it. I got more rhinestones. Apparently I'm on a rhinestone kick. This is the never-ending bag. Oh, ivory, like, well, kind of an, yeah. And yeah, cream ivory lace. I'm telling you, you can find some really good craft stuff. Oh, this is something that I got that I just wanted it because of the look of it. It ain't real. Ain't nothing special about it. I just like the way it looked. And I have a lot of dresses, I'm just throwing my trash on the floor, that this would match beautifully when I wear. And so it's just a big fake turquoise ring, but it's actually crafted so nicely. And it was, I mean, for costume jewelry, I think I spent $2.56. For me, it was a little, for costume jewelry, it was a little expensive. But I have to say, I think it's just alloy. I don't think it was stainless. I'll have to double check. But the craftsmanship in it is really good for costume jewelry. And like I said, I'll just lacquer the snot out of it with polyacrylic or nail polish and wear it. But I've got so many of my summer dresses that it would go so well with that I grabbed that puppy. You don't find statement pieces like that that look, you know, that mimic the colors in turquoise that well, so I grabbed it. Oh, I got another roll of that ribbon. Apparently I was really ready to try that color. So, but it's, I mean, with the eucalyptus, I'm looking at it now, with the eucalyptus and the muted tones I'm going for, it looks really good. And then I'll have like pops of color. So the pile I'm making over here looks very artistic, I must say. Oh, I buy this all the time. I use this in so many ways. Anybody that's probably got a craft for me, you've seen this. I don't know if I can get into it. I hate these little sticky bags. They're difficult for people with hands that don't work all the time. There we go. Found it. I found it. All this is, and it kind of smells, this is one thing that does kind of smell when you first get it, but not super bad. All it is it's ribbon that looks like leaves. And once you get it out and crinkle it and work with it for a minute, it becomes very soft and lays beautifully. And it's just a good addition to any kind of natural looking thing. Like when I make the girlier gifts and stuff for friends that don't really want the native stuff, I use this in place of dried flowers or feathers and stuff like that to add movement to a piece, but to not have something that they don't want on there. I'm trying to get all the little stuff out of the bag first. Oh, I got more lights, but these are different. Oh, these are, okay, this one has the extended USB port, but it's the wider lights. I got the bright lights, but it had a longer cord base. So if I make something like the lanterns that I'm going to put the skulls hanging in, this can wrap around those that have a longer cord to plug like beneath the table or something and still display your lantern. So I forgot that I got those. I'm so glad that because I had forgotten. I would have totally used something else that wouldn't have had a long cord like that on it, and it would have made the lights go down under the table, which I don't necessarily like. So I'm glad I bought some more of these, because for me, I just kind of get the ones that the lights go down. But like if I'm giving a gift, I want it to be one of those, so that, you don't have lights going under your table to the plug. I mean, most people don't care. I think it's a little tacky, but most people don't care. But if I'm giving a gift, I don't want to do that. This is heavy. So let's see what's in here. It's like a little surprise for me too. So it's heavy. It's very heavy. Oh, I think it's a bunch of stainless steel or silver-plated necklaces. It's stainless steel. I love stainless steel because it's hard to kill it. And so if I'm going to make something for myself or a friend, I will pick stainless over silver-plated because I eat through silver-plated like nobody's business. I forget how many's in there, but it's a bunch. And I think they're around $7. And I just like a plain stainless chain. I want the boom to be in the pendant. And I mean, these are very nice chains. They're just a plain, but there's a lot of it. Really, for like $5 to $7. I mean, my goodness, how can you not? And they've got a really nice clasp on them. So, and they're nice. They're heavy. They're very nice. So, hey, I'd almost forgotten about those too. I get in crafting moods to buy stuff, and I have all these big ideas, but then I forget by the time it gets here what I bought. More rhinestones. Listen, if you see rhinestones, raccoon skulls or skunk skulls, or just shh. I felt the need. It's apparently I'm going blingy. I don't know why, but Oscar, are you up? Thought I heard my dog. Oh. I don't think I've ever bought anything that's been packaged that well before. Whoa, what's to drop it? What is in here? I see. Oh. Let's hope, pray that these do not get broken. Hope and pray. Hope and pray. These are going to be really neat and fun to work with. Can't even get into them. I may wrap these suckers like Fort Knox. Doggone it. Okay, here we go. Now, can I get one out without getting the rest out? Why, heck no. I taped them all together. I'm sorry for that horrible noise. If you don't like the ASMR, yeah. I apologize. That kind of made my teeth cringe. Good Lord, I've never gotten anything that's well packaged from Temu. I don't know if I should be irritated or surprised. Okay, here we go. We got the bubble wrap going. Here we go. That's a lot. I'm going to keep that bubble wrap. That's a lot. Okay, let's hope everything, didn't get broke. Everything seems to be okay. Okay, let me open one of these up so I can show you. Oscar, are you up or not? He's up. I knew I heard him. I heard your caller. I didn't know if he's having a seizure or what. You're so old. Are you okay? Okay. Okay, well, chill out for a minute. I have a geriatric pug zoo, so stay out of my trash. Give me a minute. I found these, and these are real glass. These are real glass. But they come with little cork bottoms, and you can put little displays in there and just little pieces of vine, dried flowers with maybe a faux butterfly, and maybe put, a lot of people like a little bone in there. I know, weird. But a lot of people kind of use them as little specimen jars for like little displays, to do like little dioramas of like a butterfly that landed on a very small raccoon rib or something. But I'm going to dress them up and do something with them. There are 4 of them, and they were very inexpensive for as nice as they are when they get here. Now, it's not super big. That's why you have to use small stuff. But I'm impressed. You can always put a little dab of glue to hold that cork in there if you don't trust it. I've used some of the round ones for Christmas baubles, and my friends really love those. So I thought, I'm going to try some of these and see what I can do with these. So I'm very happy with these. And I'm going to put this little puppy back in here. And I'm going to make some very cute things with that. Much nicer than I imagined it was going to be. Okay, now I think we're on to the big bags in here. Yes, yeah, that's what I said. We're finally to the big bags. I do buy clothes and stuff when I do hauls, so. I feel weird, like, not talking to anybody, but hey, I've got 33 people on here. I don't know what's, my chat is not working whatsoever, so howdy. Glad you're here with me. We're just going through a bunch of Temu stuff. Oh, y'all, if you're a fat girl that hates underwear, they have these. And if you wear shapewear in the summer, you're welcome already. They have these. And I don't mind them. The only thing I will say is that little cotton patch in the front, sometimes they give you problems. But when you put them on, if you wear shapewear, these are great to put on as underneath your shapewear because they stay where you put them. And then the shapewear covers everything else. I'm pleasantly surprised by the They come in a pack. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they wash really good. They don't shrink when you dry them. And the material, I've got it, some with even with rhinestones on them. And they've held up for months now. So I'm here, big gals. You're welcome if you wear shapewear and you need a slimmer undie to slip under your shapewear. There you go. You can find those on Temu. Just go searching. And every once in a while, when I've had a week like I had the last couple weeks where doctors try to kill me or insurance companies try to kill me because I know more about my body than they know because nobody researches this disorder I have. I was so irritated with the stupidity that I witnessed in the medical field the last couple of weeks with my disorder that I bought this shirt. It says, welcome to camp, quit your bitching. If you're not a happy camper, take a hike. Honestly, I may wear it to my next doctor's appointment. Because I'm here to tell you, they just annoy the far out of me. Because none of them are specialized. Even a neurologist rarely see anyone with my disorder. But they want to scream at me to do this, and augment that and change that. When I've found, after 20 years, have finally found a way to function with this, and then they want to come in and change it, and I'm like, shut up. So, may just wear that to my next doctor appointment and just sit there and smile at him. And be like, yeah, I'm kind of done with you. Doctors. These are cute. These were $3.87. And they're the big loosey-goosey. When I wear stuff, I like to wear loosey stuff. This big loosey-goosey, funky leopard. I could have sized down, but they're big and loose leopard spotted shorts. Let's hope they shrink in the washer and dryer because that's a little big. And then a very nice, not adjustable, but I mean it's just a cami top to sleep in, pajama top. I'm cool with this. $3, under $4. It's like $3.57, I think. I'm cool with that. Yes, please. Usually the tank tops I wear cost twice as much as that. So, yeah, I'll take it. This is a little slip-on dress. It's easy to put over a swimsuit. It's made out of that funky material. But I'm going to give you a fat girl secret. So even my skinny girls might want to know this, but I'll do this especially to my fat girls. This material that everybody seems to hate, after you wash it a couple of times, it doesn't make the sound anymore, okay? Fabric softener. It is your friend, okay? I don't mind this because let me tell you what it does in the summertime. It is a fabric that when the wind hits it, it acts like air conditioning. It acts like silk. It gets cooler. and then it cools the fabric, and then as the fabric hits you, it's like an air conditioning. It's cold. So even in like 90-degree heat, I don't feel as horrible as other people, because if there's any bit of breeze, this stays cold. And it's got an elastic waist, a V-neck, goes really great over swimsuits, dries really quickly, and if the wind's blowing, it keeps you cool. It's like those cooling suits that you put on racehorses and stuff. It's weird for me to say this, but I have found this little tidbit. And so if I ever try to go anywhere in the summer with my husband and I think it's going to be at least a little bit warm, I will wear one of these dresses, and I've got a few of them. And if the wind's blowing, and I'll dress it up with like a little belt or some jewelry or stuff. I've got some little belts that are really pretty. But if the wind's blowing, you will stay just as cool as cucumber. And after like 2 washes, it doesn't make that sound. I have found this little trick with this fabric for summer wear. And so there's my tip to all us big gals. If you need something that's going to cool you down, it is like pulling a cool suit on a thoroughbred horse. I can't explain it. It's like one of those sports cool rags you put around your neck. I can't explain it, but it works. And I have found that little hack out. So to all my other big gals out there, you're welcome. Okay, these are 5 12-inch wood rounds, pre-punched with the hanging strings. And honestly, I think I gave $7.96. And if I bought 5 12-inch anything at Walmart, I already hawked my firstborn. So yes, please. These paint really well. They're not as thick as the ones you get at Walmart, but I've not had any break on me. And listen, we got some winds here, so I've not had any break on me. And they take paint really well. They're very smoothly finished, and they layer paint really well. And they do acrylic pens really well, so you can do a lot of wording on these and stuff like that. They also take rice paper decoupage and transfers, rub-on transfers very well. So I would recommend these. I use the 6, 10, and 12-inch rounds, and I've not been disappointed in any of them so far. So, and literally, that's what I would pay for one at the craft store. So these are really good. They might not be as thick as you may want, but listen, if somebody's coming to your door to check the thickness of your little plaque on your wreath, they're there for all the wrong reasons. Send them away. We're getting down to the bottom. I've been buying solar. I'm the solar light queen. Like, I can land a 747 in my yard, pretty sure. And y'all saw me haul some of these last week. I went and put another box in because I got another spin deal. And I remembered why I bought these now. These are the ones that send down like a star print. If you hear my dog, he's eating. They send down like a star print around the ground. And I'm going to use these in the backyard because copperheads and I live in Podunk. And then I'm going to use the pretty funky ones that have like the flower disco pattern in the front yard. Actually, I have them out. I don't know if they're burning. If they are, I'll do a short and show you all. I don't know if they're still burning. But these, you get 5, and I think 5 for $6 or $6 or $7. But I spun and got them for like $2. And yes, please. And it's real metal. It's not like the plastic metal you get at the Dollar General. It's real metal. And so the stakes are real metal. You hear that? It's real metal. So I really am in love with these. This is my like recommend if you like lawn lights. This would be my recommend product right here. And you can take a picture. Let me do this. You can take a picture, screenshot, and then put this in the Temu search bar, and it will find the product for you. You don't have to go searching like a crazy person. Just if you like these, screenshot this, and then go and put it in with the camera icon in the Temu search bar, and Temu will find it for you. Use that little search bar. I use it all the time, especially if I'm buying repeat items. I'm like, well, dang it, I don't want to search for this for 10 years. I just take a picture, and I make Temu find it for me. It's never failed me. They don't always, like garden stuff, they do recognize boxes, but with like skincare, they normally want the bottle. But with garden, lawn, patio, boxes are fine. We're getting down to the last couple things, y'all. And as long as nobody keeps me up shooting at my house, tomorrow's going to be an all-day craft binge. I got some of this suede leather rope. And I do go to the Mr. Lawman's leather shop, and I do keep him in a lot of business. But every once in a while, listen, I just need a little pinch of something that doesn't have to be perfectly handcrafted. And so I got this suede leather. And it braids really well. It does some jewelry stuff really well. It's pretty strong. It's not as snippy as the kinds you get from stores around here. Like you can pull and it's tough because it's actual stuff. This is not the mashed felt stuff. This is actually leather. And so I found that out. It smells really good. And I found that out. This is a little tip. I love this stuff. You have to make sure, like I've got my stores saved that don't lie to me, that tell me, I bought from other stores and I've got it and it's been that smashed felt stuff and it is not going to work for what I want. When I find a store that doesn't lie to me, I save them. And for what I paid, I think I paid $1.28 for that much is for leather. But now if you're paying for the fake stuff, no. This is more the tiny sea glass. When I do dream catchers, I put all different sizes of crystals and glass beads on them. So this is my favorite color. I bought some the other day. So this is a repurchase. These are 2 different sizes. So the tiny ones and the big ones. And I mean, these beads are gorgeous. I mean, and I even got some of the square ones and they're cut so fine they'll almost cut you. That's why I get bead caps to go on. But look at that, where it catches the sun, catches the light. Oh, if you just put a few in a dream catcher, it is so pretty. In the weave, oh my, and if you dangle, I've got little tiny bead caps, and they were in my last haul, I think, that I put over the top of the square one so that if people try to touch the beads, they won't get cut. But I mean, I do a lot of detail work in my dream catchers. So, but I'm so glad I found these because the craft stores, even for sea glass, is super expensive. And this was such good prices for different sizes. And they've got like 5 different sizes you can choose from. If you remember the stacked stone that you saw earlier, I have more. I got this in, and all it is agate. It's like sea sediment agate. So I got these. You can use them all together or separate them, use them separately. I mean, this is just so handy for crafters. And it's so pretty. And what they call it is sea agate. It's basically sediment compressed in the sea. So it's like sea glass, stone, dirt, and from where it's taken, it has different colors. So I'm terribly tickled with these. The craft stuff on Temu, I've been very happy about. Oh, these are drop pins with the circle hooks on them so that I can do pendants and longer pendants and stuff like that. I got this whole bag for literally like 50 cents. It'll take me 2 years to use these, but it was much better than buying a $3 bag at Walmart with like a third of this. So these are great. They allow me to make longer pendants and make them myself the way I want them so I can bead my own drop pendants or my own drop earrings. If you're a crafter, you should be buying stuff on Temu. That's what got me started on Temu was I went for the craft stuff. And then I stayed for everything else. And my husband doesn't mind though, because he's like, I see orange bags and white bags everywhere. He's like, but the bank account doesn't drop like it used to. And I'm like, I know. It's so much more affordable. This is just another sea glass made into a barrel. That's going to be so pretty. That one's got more like duller colors in it, but I really like that. That's pretty. You can hear them clinking together as they drop down. That's very pretty. I'm very tickled with that. That's a thinner barrel than the other, but that's pretty. It's very pretty. It clinks my porcelain pottery. And I think this is our last thing. Oh, wait, nope, missed one. But it was just another bag of rhinestones. We should have guessed that, right? Make sure, double check your corners, because customs, when they retape, will tape things in the oddest of places. This was kind of like a little last minute splurge. I had seen these quite a bit and had wanted them for a while, but kept saying no, 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 no. And finally I said, if you want them, get them for yourself, doggone it. And all it is like those moth earrings, silver earrings with the moon phases in it. And I know everybody tries to say that's witchy stuff. It's just the moon phase. If you live in Appalachia, you live by the moon, you plant by the moon. Your wildlife and livestock act up by the moon. But they're a really good size. And I like to wear dangly stuff in the summertime when I have on flowy dresses. So these are my boho earrings. and I have lots of them, but I've been wanting these for a while just because I like the moth things, the lunar moth things. I just like them. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm trying to explain myself. Let's see. I have other holes in my ears. Let's see if I can get them in some. I have 3 holes in each ear, so just take a pick. Just pick one, guys. That was a little sensitive. I don't know what I took out of it, but it must not have the best stay. There we go. Oh, that's pretty. And sometimes I will even, they're not super heavy, I will even stack 2 big giant rings with dangles. And then just put a little stud in my third. And I'll just do a little Stevie Nicks Thunder Only Happens When It's Raining moment at whatever craft festival I've been fortunate enough to go to if my health holds up. I got to go to like 4 or 5 last year. 4. When I go, I make videos about it because I get out of the house so rarely. Sorry that you have to live my poor miserable life with me, but I document it because I don't get to do a whole lot. And I love to go because we go to like the local artisan festival stuff, and I call it put on my Thunder Only Happens When It's Raining outfits and go enjoy my other weird people that make weird things. So I can kind of diddy up that day and look cute and feel better about myself, because most of the time I'm at home in PJs dealing with a massive neuromuscular disorder that's slowly killing me. So yay for terminal illnesses. The slowest one possible. That would be my luck. So that was my mostly crafting haul. I did have some clothes in there. And I'm here to tell you, if you like just little simple blingy, just the little catch of the eye. You could even put beads on here if you wanted to, but these are so inexpensive, and I'm here to tell you they last. Like, I break jewelry, kill jewelry. These, I've still got 2 that I've took off. I just ordered these and forgot to put the other ones back on. I've not broken a one of these yet, and they don't lose their shine. So I will have like 4 or 5 on my arm when I put the rest of them on. I don't take them off. They stay with me until they fall apart. And you can't see my earrings from my hair. But I'm telling you, TV jewelry, if you get the stainless or some of the nicer stuff, nicer costume, you can't beat it. So I don't mind to buy myself a little nice something, but I will say that my husband did tell me to splurge and get me this big honking 2-carat moissanite, because I'm not going to resize my wedding band until I get done losing this weight. And these are so much cheaper to buy as I'm on my weight loss journey, or I can just put a ring sizer in them. And I've actually gifted some after I've lost weight and grown out. I've gifted them to other friends. And but I will say that the larger the moissanite, around 2 carats, that's the max for me. When they get much bigger than that, I think they look stupid. But the 1 and 2 carat rings that are really done well are very nice. So this one will be with me for a while, because I'll probably put ring sizers. I like it well enough to put ring sizers in it and deal with it. So that's my haul. So I'm going to be crafting and starting seeds. And tomorrow's going to be like a whole craft day. So I'm fixing to go to bed, and if anybody wakes me up tonight, they're going to have to talk to Jesus about it, because I'm done. I've got to have some sleep. I'm going to go to bed and try to rest and get up and start fresh like I had planned this morning, and I'm hoping nobody in this whole entire county does anything stupid tonight to wake me up, because no, I'm not there for that. I need rest. But I'm going to take off all my big honking jewelry, and I've got a couple of dishes to wash, and I'm going to go to bed. And in the morning, I'm going to finish a bunch of crafts and do a bunch of stuff, and there'll be pre-made videos. I'm going to overhead film from this little thing that folds over. It's kind of neat, kind of cumbersome, but I'll use it. And y'all can watch as I finish and make things, and I'll edit it so you don't have to suffer through the whole craft event. Okay? But I've got several things that I'm going to be doing and finishing, and the next few weeks are going to be a lot of jewelry and just I'm feeling better. I'm getting back into my craft vibe. And so we're going to go back to crafting and getting me, because I almost kicked it a couple weeks ago with that mastoiditis. It my hair get me, y'all. And so I'm just ready to sit back down and build my energy up every day and do a little bit more every day and get back to the things I enjoy. Because when I feel well, I do things I enjoy, because I don't have many days that I feel well, so we don't waste them. That's why I'm kind of irked, because I felt good today, but because of an idiot, I had a wasted day. So it's one of those Tux medicated pad throat punch kind of days. I'm just telling you, okay? So I'm hoping tomorrow's a much better day. But I hope if you found something useful in here, when this loads, leave me a comment. If you can't find something or you need a link or something, leave me a comment after this loads. Let me know, and I'll come back and reply after it loads, and you can leave a comment on when it loads. But they're pretty easy to find. Normally, if you just go back and screenshot and put it in the Temu search bar to find it for you. But if you can't find something and you absolutely have to have it, then put a comment when this loads on my page, and I'll come back and I'll try to help you find it if it's still in stock. So this is what I've been most successful with using and having hold up for gifts and stuff. So I would recommend these products. Most of them are double buys, except for some of the gems. Some of the gems are new, but I can already feel the quality, so I'm happy. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked my little fat girl tips and tricks for the summer dresses and shapewear. And we'll see what I create with all of this madness here in a few days. And as you can see, this is slowly going down. I'm using stuff out of it. It's getting emptier. Couple months, there won't be anything in there. It'll all be gone. So I'm going to work my mojo, and every pretty day that I have, I'm going to be crafting and making content for y'all. So have a good night. Try to go to bed in a positive manner. And if you get woken up and have to deal with something horrible, try to take a nap and attack the next day as positively as possible. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm tired, so I'm going to go to bed. Y'all have a good night. Go and help Smile Until It Hurts. Hilarious. Great content creator. Going to have a wonderful YouTube career ahead. I'm excited for this person. I want to see more content. Made me laugh, smile, even after dealing with a craptastic event. Go support the channel. Smile Until It Hurts. Please go support that channel. And thank you to Menopause Madness for sending that to me. I can't thank you enough. And here in a couple days, we're going to be having a collab with Mary from Retail Therapy on a Budget. So that will also be coming your way. I bought for her. She bought for me. So we're going to surprise each other. And that should be fun because I've not done that yet. I've only done it with like friends, but I've not done it and videoed it for anybody to see. So this is going to be my first videoed collab. You will see what I picked out for Mary. And I tried to be a good girl. I tried to be a good girl. I did. I think I did a very good job. And I only got one thing that might make her blush just a little bit. But I think I did a good job and was a good girl. I tried to buy things that I thought that she would like, but that she wouldn't necessarily purchase for herself because she's all the time trying to show you all different things. But I'm like, I see the glisten in your eye. I know what you're looking at. I know the little things you'd like to have, or I know the things you'd like to try I got you. Because I see those things too for me. And I'm like, no, I better stick to the stuff that I like to craft with. Or I know that's a definite thing that I'm going to use. And it's not always easy to splurge on yourself. So I was like, I'm splurging on Mary. So I hope she enjoys it. It should be fun. It should be fun to watch. And if nothing else, you will get one giggle when her face turns bright red. I apologize in advance. It's not that bad, but it's going to be terribly cute. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to a good night's sleep. Oscar now needs to go do his nighttime routine. Oscar says good night. And I'm going to check out too and snore. So I hope y'all have a wonderful night and wake up in a great mood tomorrow. And let's craft. Let's get to it. I've got so much stuff to finish, finalize, and then other stuff to start. And I'm getting my mojo back, y'all. So here we go. See you tomorrow.